Right, hi all. I've got a kind of a bit of a pain now. My latest Stormbringer has actually come, but unfortunately, it's not issues 7, 8, 9, and 10. It's 11, 12, 13, 14. Now, I queried this with Hatchet Powers, and they said that basically they're so oversubscribed, they basically ran out of issues. I see that as a positive thing in a lot of ways. It proves that it's a very popular magazine. I always like when things like this prove popular, um, because the as much as I am in no doubt that the majority of collectors are probably old collectors, people who want to bulk up their armies. I still think you only get those kind of figures really if you've got new people entering the hobby. We can discuss at length whether or not um, Games Workshop as a company are too expensive and things like that. Because I mean, let's be fair, it's a very expensive hobby. Anyway, so it also means though that I'm now starting at issue 11 today, which isn't exactly where I want it to be. It also means that it's going to knock out all of my painting videos because I can't really carry on with the painting um, because I'm trying to follow the guides. So let's hit issue 11. Now, along with the issue, um, on top of that, I've been given a collection of paintbrushes. Now, I'll get onto those paintbrushes in a bit. And along with that, we've got a couple of paints in this issue, and they're pretty standard paint colours, to be quite honest. But that's a good thing. Okay, let's have a look at the issue then. So, as you can see, we're thrown straight into how to paint, which again is frustrating. I can't do this because although I'm doing a palette swap on my miniatures, so you know what, I have an example here of the Space Marines. So I'm doing a palette swap on them with the Tyranny colours on the Space Marines and the Space Marine colours on the Tyranids. It's left me in a bit of a difficult position, so I'm not going to be able to follow this guide until my next delivery when I'll get a back date. But then I'm worried I'm going to be like, based upon what I've seen so far, some collectors are like 4 issues ahead of me already. So along with this, you know, some have already got things like the psychophage and things like that. It's kind of frustrating at the moment. Anyway, so I can't really follow the painting guide because it obviously you can see there must have been a gold color in a previous issue that I've not got yet. Well, the truth is, look, I'm going to admit this. I do have all of these paints anyway, but I don't want to kind of get it too far ahead of myself, for want of a better word. But there's a good bit of painting techniques going on in this issue. Now, on top of that, we got some lovely fluff about the Cult Mechanicus. Uh, the basically the tech support of Warhammer 40k, who, like most tech support, don't actually know what they're doing. I speak from a computer science background here, so I'm not slagging people off I don't know. I'm one of these. Basically, it's things will work if we fiddle with enough settings. So it talks about that. It talks about the concept of bioweaponry within the Tyranids, because obviously, as a species, they don't use conventional weaponry. It's all bioengineered. Let's have a look. A little bit of a story here, Into the Dark. So a little bit of, you know, um, what's it called now? A narrative to follow, which I do like a narrative. Um, I'm actually having trouble at the moment, unfortunately, because I suffer from quite a few health conditions. Every now and then I lose the ability to read. It's quite shocking. So I'd like to read this, but unfortunately, it gives me too much of a make me dizzy and give me a headache at the moment. I can't help that, unfortunately. I will catch up when my reading returns in a few weeks' time. Okay, we are getting a bit deeper now into some of the background lore. I like this here. These gene stealers that they're showing here, they're a very specific. The front ones with the long tendrils are a very specific type of um, Genestealer. I can never remember what the like a special like that from a very specific moon when they were first come across. Anyway, so phases and objectives. So explaining how the actual turn process breaks down. So hopefully I'll get around to doing those videos soon. I feel like a bit of frustrated here. I've been playing it with my son, so I've been teaching him how to do it, but he won't do a video with me, which I'm a bit annoyed about, because I really would like. So I'm gonna have to do my how to play videos by myself, which sucks a bit. But I'll have to deal with what I can deal with. Okay, so issue number 11. It's given us those ideas about like how we develop our painting techniques. Now, to help with this in this issue, in this delivery, you get, of course, some paintbrushes. Now, I personally find Citadel paintbrushes to be great when you first get them, and then they kind of really struggle very shortly afterwards. There's no other way to put it. Like, if you have a look at this is a kind of a new brush, and you can already see that it's kind of fanning out at the end. Now there's ways for us to kind of get that fixed with washing and hot water, but you know, when you've already got a brush, and this is like a small brush, a small layering brush, and it's already kind of fanning at the end, it does make painting difficult. However, then you've got brushes like this, which I absolutely love, and this is the large basing brush. Now these, for some reason, every time I've ever got one of these from Citadel, they've been absolutely brilliant, and I've never had any problems with them. I love the kind of the way that they're shaped and how you you know, the ability to get in tight places. And then you've got things like a dry brush like this one. Again, dry brushes tend to find that I get a bit of a mixed bag with Games Workshop dry brushes. Sometimes they last absolutely ages, and sometimes they start fraying in a very short amount of time. So I'm glad that I've got some new brush types anyway. I myself, for my fine details, tend to use my Artist Opus brush sets, which is this lovely set of brushes here. However, despite the fact that I have this lovely set of brushes, I am making an actual point not to use them when I'm painting my Combat Patrol, because I'm trying to prove that actually it is possible to paint with what you get in the kits. Okay, our paints that we get. So Leadbelcher. So this is what you might call your go-to basing colour for metals, basically. A lot of professional high-end artists don't really like using metallics to do metals. They do what's known as non-metallic metals, which is great when you've got the skill, but doing non-metallic metals is not something that's easy for the rest of us. I've tried in the past, but you know. Then we get a Corax white base, which is a very light white. Again, I personally tend to find painting white straight onto things doesn't really work for me. I tend to build up layers of greys and then highlight in a white or dry brush in a white to get the illusion that you've got a nice bright white. So that's our number 11. We've got a nice little bit of lore in it. We've got some paints, and because I'm on the subscription, I've got my brushes. Hopefully I'll be able to do the painting in this in a few weeks' time when I've caught up with all the other painting from issues 7 to 10. So for now though, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next video.